So what can fossils tell us about the world we live in? Mostly they can tell us what it was like in the past, when these creatures lived there. And one of the ways it can tell us is by identifying each specific species that lived in these areas, and what was different about them from species that lived in other areas that might have been similar. And so we use classification to separate one species from another. So for instance, the Colombian mammoth, which roamed around the southern United States, including Texas, had a very similar cousin in the woolly mammoth, which was found north in colder climates, which would account for all the wool. The Colombian mammoth was much larger because it had a larger variety of food to eat, which we can tell from the fossils that it was much larger than the woolly mammoth. And so we use a system of classification to narrow down these differences from large to small, starting with the kingdom, which is animal, to differentiate it from a plant, as a Colombian mammoth is certainly not a plant. And we just get more specific and more specific until we come to the species. Now, the Colombian mammoth and the woolly mammoth are in the same genus, so the same basic group. They have some differences, but they are more similar than they are different. So in reality, you can compare it to a family tree. They would be something like siblings or very close cousins. Now, there's an example that goes a little further afield that's still around today in the African bush elephant, and similarly in the Asian elephants. They're not in the same genus, but they're in the same family. The same general family. So an African bush elephant, which is still around today, would be something more of a distant cousin. And we can learn about the environment of the woolly mammoth, the environment of the Colombian mammoth, and although we don't need modern day fossils to learn about the environment of the African bush elephant, we can learn about all of these environments through using a fossil collection.